welcome to the 5th episode of Creative Perceptions, where your dreams meet your reality. My name is Zach Rogers, and today I have one of my frat brothers, one of my friends, one of my brother's brothers, Mr. Corey Dyson Jr., who is currently a Senior Consultant Financial Analyst. Got to get the right words right, at Booz Allen, and he is also an entrepreneur, a production company owner. But, I'm going to let him tell you. Corey, tell people who you are, man.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Corey Dyson Jr., aka Skybox Sensei. I'm the CEO and founder of SkyBoxProductions. Like my brother said, shout out to you, by the way, for allowing me to grace your platform, bro. I appreciate
you for coming.
Let me see. As you stated, I'm a financial analyst, senior consultant currently for Booz Allen Hamilton. That's my career right now. But as far as like my entrepreneurship, as I stated, I'm the CEO and founder of Skybox Productions. It's a production company we created to basically showcase our underground or local talents all over. Well, local talents and then underground talents all over during the pandemic, to give them a platform while giving the community a free show. I do interviews, and we have a lot more coming. I'm not gonna get too much into the other stuff right now, but when it drops, just know we're busy. So
I love it. All right, and I'll be remorse to, also add that he is a graduate of Morgan State University, class of 2018, with a Bachelor of Science in Business Management. So, yay. So, I remember, man, time flies, man. So my first question, why business management?
I chose business management because I've been in business like all my life. If you believe it. When I was younger, I was always doing entrepreneurship things, and you always feel like you're good at something, and
Right.
but it's like I want to learn how to manage it. I want to learn how to manage a business, and I feel like business is in everything we do. So I feel like you always have like a guaranteed job somewhere if you have that, and it proved me right. So I just feel like I wanted to learn the ins and outs of how to manage a business, how to run a business, and through that curriculum, I still took entrepreneur courses or
Right.
that help with what I'm doing today. So that's pretty much the gist of why I chose business management.
That's what's up. And I think a lot of times, especially being in this like current generation, we're no longer in the generation like with our, how our parents were. You stick in one career field for 40, 50 years, and there's a sense of frustration and things like that. No, we have multiple streams of income. We have people like Newt, like who will quit their full-time job to pursue something that they really want to do. So I commend you for that, for being able to utilize your, your skills and your degree, having a full-time job, but still doing what you're passionate in, because what's life like if you just, punching the 9 to 5? No disrespect to people who do it, but like you only get one life, right?
It's facts.
All right. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
I said it's real facts. It's true.
Bet. So, man, I had to have you on here because I'm a huge music head. I love music, whether it's rap, hip hop, R&B, anything and everything I'm willing to listen to. If there's something good about it, or like something's good message, beats, or positive vibes. Especially we need those during the pandemic. So I noticed, like, when I was reading up on you and then I was talking to you, so this was actually birthed in the pandemic. Can you walk us through like the birthing of Skybox Production, and then like how are you able to put this together through the pandemic? Like when, the pandemic, there's ups and downs. A lot of like mental health is real, so it's like sometimes you're not in the space to be creative. So kind of walk us through how that happened for you.
All right. So I gotta give you just a little bit of the back before I can give you how it came about. So I'm also an artist on the side. I call myself an artist. I love doing music. I rap. I was doing poetry as well. So I like to put like my creative poetry side into music. And my dad, who's a part of Skybox Productions, and my mom as well, fans of my music. They would tell me if it's trash. They told me certain songs were trash. They told me if the ones that are hits, but they was like, your music is never trash. But they're like, you could have done better there. You could have delivered better. But my dad was like, you got a gift. Like, you really know how to put words together. You know how to tell a story. You're creative. And he was like, well, how about I try to get you on a platform to perform, like showcase your talent.
Right.
Okay. So, I didn't really think too much of it. I'm just like, okay, let's see what you can do. and he got in touch with certain people. I'm not going to say those because
Right.
people know I'm Simon, so you put two and two together. He reached out to people, he got answers, and he presented it to me. And I told him I want to start a production company. Like, I want to open that platform up to other artists. I don't want to be selfish and just keep that for myself. I said, if we got to go and we know what we have to do to get it, well, let's open it up and everybody invest and we can all go up together. So that's
Right.
kind of came about. So when we got the shows and we picked the dates that work with them and us, and then from there we just started marketing and recruiting and promoting, and then it became this big thing. So now we're on our third show within 6 month span.
Congrats.
I appreciate that. Yeah, we're on a three-peat, and once we leave this mall, we're already in talks with the same person for two other malls. So once we get
Wow.
yeah, so we're from St. Charles Mall and we're going to two other malls, but St. Charles might provide us another opportunity even during that tour to get paid for performing now. So the artists that are under or with me, you know what I'm saying, they get little jewels in this interview. I'm only giving it to you because you're the bro, but
Appreciate you.
be an opportunity. And if they believe in the vision, they follow the team, then they'll be with us wherever we at. So that's kind of how everything got started.
All right, real quick plug, real quick. I did notice that the next one is March 24th, right? Next showcase, March 24th?
March 27th at
Okay.
St. Charles Town Center. It starts at 12 p.m. If you're familiar with St. Charles Town Center, it's smack dab in the middle on the bottom level. So walking, it's just by the Invicta shop. It's by the Pagoda Piercings, Starbucks. If for y'all who know it is, but if you don't know, for those stands, and then you'll trust me, you'll hear us.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for being a CEO and like really not sit. Thank you for not sitting on your gift, because some people will have a gift and they'll sit on it. I've definitely done that with my writing. So no, I commend you for doing it. Because I don't think, not to say that mainstream's going to go away anytime soon, but it's not the end all be all. Like, anybody loves I know me personally, I love an underground story. I love somebody who is not the not to say not status quo, but somebody who, falls in line with what everybody else is doing. I like somebody who kind of branches out and does their own thing. So shout out to you. So that kind of leads me into my next thing.
Yes.
On TV and the news, when you look at history and music, no matter what the genre is, there's some positive and negatives. What do you see as your main genre is rap and you do poetry, but what would you see as the positives and negatives in the music industry?
On a local level, or just in general, with like on a celebrity status?
I say give me a little bit of both if you could.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna start with the celebrity status and then work to the locals, because in a sense we all look up to them. So I feel like start there. I feel like, and if I'm understanding the question correctly, I feel like some positives about the music industry is, of course, like, well, for them, I'm gonna say, like, it gives them the ends to live the life that they want to live.
Right.
They definitely have, they have a fan base. They're following their passion. For those who are doing that because they want to, there's some people who they don't really care to do it, but it just provides. I feel like it just provides the means, and they can be the one to influence a different wave or a different. I don't know how that works, but they might find a different genre. They might create, like, you can be creative as you want to be. I feel like the negatives of the music industry is there's good attention, there's bad attention, and I feel like when people see you successful, it kind of like, it's like, people don't think to work with you. They want to take you temporarily instead of thinking long term. Like, I can link with them, and since he has this talent, we can eat forever. But they want to eat greedy. So I feel like that's a negative. On a local level, I would say the negatives of being on a local level is you don't get this fair. I'm not going to even say that. You're just at that point in time, you don't have the same resources or clout, as they would say. You don't have that. But a positive is you have complete rights to yourself. You're free to express it how you want to.
Right.
All the money that you make is yours until unless you got to pay for a produce, but you are distributing that yourself. You don't have somebody else doing it for you unless you have like your own manager or something like that. But you still have your freedom to express yourself the way you want to. So those would be my positives and negatives for both.
Well said, well said. And I think the one thing that does irritate me, like, I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to have their own or get their own money, but everybody's different. The product that you're delivering is going to be different, and everybody has a different story. So everybody's going to eat. And then with like all these major streaming platforms, it's like anybody can hear your stuff now at the snap of a finger or literally a scroll. So I just love how you put that in there, as far as like, some people can be greedy, but there's no need to necessarily. So I've seen some of the footage with the showcases. Definitely got hype. Definitely sent some of the information to my cousin who's a rapper. And then like I'm telling people about it. Like I think it's super dope, and I think it's really creative, and it's definitely needed during the pandemic. What have been some of your highlights? What have been some of the highlights where you're like, oh man, that did happen. That was pretty wild, or like, oh, that's a memory that I'm gonna hold on to forever. I mean, I saw your mom preaching there too, right? Am I wrong?
She does motivational speaking, man.
Motivational speaking.
Yeah, that's probably one of my top highlights is my mom being humble enough, because if you've heard her, she's powerful by herself, but she really and was like, you have a huge following, and she'll be the first to tell you. So I'm not telling you nothing that I wouldn't say in front of her. Like, came to me and was like, platform is the platform I need to be on, and I just got to do a quick punch. It's funny how God works, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to take it there, but I got to put God in everything I do.
No, do it, man. Do it, man. Do it.
We've been doing things like this for a long time. Like while I was in school and I'm doing fraternity, when I'm leaving on weekends, I'm doing photography for a church tour, and my dad's being a manager for that tour. My mom speaking on that tour. We was underneath her banner first. So while we're doing things for her, we're collecting equipment along the way.
Wow.
Stop. And then we're doing a production company. God already had the tools and stuff we needed all house. Now we put on the whole production with everything that you see in the picture is our equipment. You see what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
That's kind of the highlight, is my mom like being under my banner now and saying, I need your platform to help me get to where I want to get. So the fact that she sees me as that is a highlight just in itself. But having the equipment and everything already in place, not really having to order extra, maybe a little bit here and there, but God has just been setting the steps since that part of being underneath up until this point. The relationship with just Simon by itself is a highlight, because I met some very high people there, and they're rocking with us super heavy for them to compliment us. And now this show, a corporate's coming down, the media attention is there.
You in a newspaper article, right? You got covered by the news, right?
Yeah, Southern Maryland News. It actually twice for Southern Maryland News. We was in the Enterprise, Calvert County Times. I don't remember the name. Sorry, don't quote me. And it's another Southern Maryland Chronicle. So we were twice in a short span of time, and we were actually on Fox 5 calendar. But because of the weather, they couldn't get down to us. Said they'll be on the lookout for more events from us, and so that's a highlight within itself. And just having the artists come to me, trust me with the process, abide by the guidelines and the rules, I definitely are thankful for them. They've benefited from it. Artists have had free shirts given to them. I got a free Invicta mask. One artist got an opportunity with one of the stores. They do fashion shows. He's going to be on the fashion show.
Yo, shout out to you for putting the people on, man. That's dope, man.
It's also it's so many different highlights. But if you see the pictures, there's people jamming. We're freestyling during the intermissions. People are coming up. What's going on? And it was just dope. Then when we got our SkyBoxProductions shirts, and they knew who was who, and we looked like a unit. It made it more professional. It's so many different things I could name, but just in itself is just a blessing, man.
Corey, man, I gotta tell you this right now. I gotta say this right now, man. Now, when you have your documentary 10, 20 years from now, don't you forget the little people, all right? Now, when you on BET or MTV or VH1, you have your documentary. Don't forget about us now, all right?
Oh, man, you probably get there before me, man. I speak it into existence, man. Look.
I received that. All right, man. I love that, man. I love that. I'm excited for you. So I have two questions. It's a two-part question, and we're gonna switch on to our next segment. So my first question is just so when it comes to I guess I won't say recruiting, but when it comes to hosting or absorbing some talent to come on your platform, is it just restricted for people in Maryland? Are you looking for all over? And then after that, what's next? Like, what's your major next steps? Without being able, I know you can only say but so much due to like different works, but like what you're able to tell us, what will be next?
Okay, so I'm gonna answer the first part. May you repeat that first part?
Yeah, no, I got you, man. I was like in my head, I'm like, Zach, man, slow it down, man. But no, my first one was, is your brand only limited to Maryland artists, or are you accepting artists from all over?
All over. Of course, I presented to my hometown first, because when people in your hometown will be the first to try to down you. Oh, you didn't put on.
Yeah, we seen that story. Yep.
Start home first, and of course, it's going to be more convenient for artists who are closer. So I try to just promote here, but I put it out there publicly. That's for anybody who's willing to make the drive,
right?
Abide by the guidelines with their lyrics and get everything to me on time. That's just it's up for anybody. So of course I started home, but even with the mall, it's not even in St. Mary's. And St. Mary's is where I'm from. So Charles County is the next county over.
Yep.
So that's where it's at. So we're getting artists from St. Mary's. We've got an artist from up the road. We've got an artist from a different state. So, I mean, it's open for anybody who's willing to travel and just abide by the guidelines, man.
You heard that first. I got y'all. Any upcoming artists that you heard that first, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're not going to, long as you have clean lyrics, long as you can, platform is really testing people's pens and can't meet the bar because they need, I call them sentence enhancers, in their lyrics, and they gotta.
I like that.
All that stuff. Okay, that's cool for what you do, but this platform is a family friendly environment, and we have to, rules and guidelines, and so anybody who wants to do it, and the next steps are it's a lot. So like I told you already, we put out to the public. We don't put out all the details, but like I said, we have two more on that the lady on her own accord took it upon herself because she's like, she oversees everything, but she's like really and I'll go ahead and drop them for you. So it's just for you. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get fired, Corey. Don't get fired. Don't get fired on my account.
But one is Pentagon City Mall.
Wow, that's major.
Yeah, I'll save the other mall for another time, but that's one I'll drop. Pentagon City Mall and Anne Arundel Mall. So I just
Corey, I love how you're saying these so casually, like these aren't big deals. But go ahead, I'm sorry, keep going.
I'm just humble. I'm humble because it's like it's a shocker. Like it's a shocker. Of course, we got to come up with what we got to come up on our end. But I know God has made a way this far. He wouldn't have had me start just to stop. And I believe that it's going to go, far. So those are two malls that we have, kind of lined up. And then the other part I can't really speak on because it's in our ear. But just know, like, they could be calling us and recruiting our artists to come get paid.
That's man.
Then they've asked us to put on an outside show once COVID lets up for like a 250, 300 outside event. They want us to put it on at their event.
Wow, that's dope, man.
That's pretty dope. Is really going. It's going to become a tour soon because Simon Mall is in all through Maryland, but they're in other states, and we've already got a good relationship. First impressions are everything, everybody. So, first show was executed perfectly. I kept in touch. I abided by all their rules and guidelines. They seen it for themselves. One of the guys, one of the hired people, he took off. Like he was already off. He came in on his day off just to see it, to greet us, to see the show, and he was like, it's phenomenal. So, when you build those good relationships and network, man, it could take you places. So wherever this takes us, that's where I'm gonna go. But the ultimate goal is I want to turn this into a label. I want somebody major to pick this up. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be like, yo, we want to pay you to do this. That way I can put artists on all over, but more views and more people sponsoring and more people are paid. And that way it creates an even playing. Because right now the field's not like, once you're on a celebrity status, you kind of need one of them to help put you on. But this, I want us to get big off our own name, and then all underground artists come on and now we're all a big name now.
Like
we don't.
Master P and No Limit, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. That's what a lot of people that they say, you the next Jay-Z, you the next Russell Simmons. I want to be like the next Nick Cannon, the next Keenan Ivory Waynes, because they always did for their people or their family. Right. I'm just trying to create that where I can sit in the background and relax, and y'all can do your passion. Because if I could just host, I would just host. If I could just sit in the background, just work the production, I don't care about being like ask my team. I don't care about being in the front line, because they're the one who told me, hey, you see your flyer? Put your face on it. They got to put a face to the name. I'm like, I don't really want my face on being cocky, but you know what I'm saying. But that's pretty much where the next steps are going to be, man.
Okay, I love it. All right, we're merging lanes. We're gonna go over to the next lane, and we're gonna go on to our next topic. So these answers, they're gotta be quick, because I want to see where your mindset is, because people, it's interesting to see how people pick answers when it's a quick response. So quick strike, kind of like the sneakers at Foot Locker. You don't know what you're going to get, but you want to make sure that you get there before they run out or they sell out, because there may only be 10 or 5 pairs. You know how that goes. So who's the best rapper of all time?
Drake.
Okay. All right. Who is a producer or a record label owner that you look up to? You can get both or one.
Dang, that's off the top. I can't give you the fastest because I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to pass.
Okay. You can come back if you want to. All right. Number 3, when it comes to music genres, West Coast or East Coast?
Ooh, both. I can't choose.
Hey, I didn't say you couldn't say both. All right, we'll go with that. All right. As you continue to excel in your production company and, venture out with like the DJs, would you prefer a regular DJ going back to the 80s and the 90s with the turntables and the vinyls, or are you okay with the Apple DJs? There's beef between the two, even though I just want to have a good time. But which one would you prefer?
But I think it would just go along with what you said, having a good time. So I would book both if I could.
Okay. All right. Next time, you ruined this for the next person I interview, because I'm taking away both, but I ain't say both. So you got this one. All right. When we talk about movies, mine is Straight Outta Compton. But what do you think it could be any type of music genre, but who do you think had the best biopic about their life and their career?
Ooh, Straight Outta Compton has definitely always been one of my top ones. I'm going to say Straight Outta Compton. I'm going to say J-Lo's Selena. That was good.
Okay.
I had to say J-Lo's Selena. I didn't watch the new one on Netflix. I'm gonna go with those two right now. I'm gonna go with those.
Cool. I ain't mad at that. What's the next versus battle you would like to see?
Drake and Lil Wayne.
Ooh, that would be a good one. That would be good, because I was say I love Lil Wayne, but if we talk about catalogs, Carter, the last 2 or 3 Carters. I mean, my favorite Carter is the Carter 2, but Drake done been putting out stuff consistently, so that'd be good. All right, merging again. We're going back over to the left lane.
Okay.
All right, so the next segment is called all caps. If it's a lie, it would be all caps. If it's not a lie, which would be the truth, it would be no caps. So the pandemic has made artists more creative.
True as no cap.
Okay, cool. All right. Social media has made it easier to be successful in the music industry.
No cap.
Okay. Live concerts will be back in 2021.
No cap.
Okay, cool. I was about to say you was already doing them, real talk. So I mean, that's one right there. All right. So, man, I thank you for definitely coming to Creative Perceptions, where your dreams meet your reality. Man, it's been a pleasure. However, before we leave, I have to tell the people I'm a huge advocate in Black and brown and minority. Anybody who has their own business or their vision. I created this podcast to promote and present y'all. And then I just love having conversations about different aspects and walks of life. I know God is definitely going to continue to bless you with what you're doing. You were talking about being a CEO, sitting back, man. It's going to happen for you. Just keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing. Keep being an amazing father, amazing spouse, significant other, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Tell the people where they can follow you and find you at, man, for future stuff and just in general to keep in contact with you.
Okay. I first, like I said again, I appreciate you for having me to bless your platform, man. You know, it's definitely been dope. You're definitely very professional, man. So make sure y'all get y'all interviews in, man. You can follow me on Facebook. My personal page is Corey Corey Dyson Dyson Jr. We have a business page on Facebook now, Skybox, which is one word, Productions. We're on Instagram at Skybox Production because they wouldn't let me put the S. And you can stay up to date with our events. Read about us, our media, our gallery at www.skyboxproductions.com. I don't think, my personal Instagram is at Skybox Corey. And that's where you can stay up to date with all the latest and greatest, man, right there.
Man, here you have it, man. Thank you, Corey, for stopping by the show, man. You're amazing. Keep doing what you do, brother.
I appreciate you, bro. Much love to you, man.
Much love to you.
Hey.